Our next speaker is from the FHWA. Hala Agali is the Chief Operating Officer for the FHWA Texas Division. She leads, oversees, and directs the day-to-day operations of a staff of approximately 50 transportation professionals delivering an annual $3 billion federal aid highway program in the state of Texas. She's responsible for ensuring that program delivery and stewardship activities are consistent with federal aid requirements, division priorities and resources are in alignment with the agency's strategic plan, and that the division remains a value-added partner of TxDOT and transportation stakeholders in the state of Texas. She has over 30 years of transportation experience with the federal government, 25 of those with the FHWA and another 5 with the U.S. Coast Guard. Please welcome Hala.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Graham, for that introduction. I'm very happy to be here. It's a great opportunity to welcome you to Texas and this 2016 Southeast Bridge Preservation Partnership meeting. I'm filling in for my boss, Mr. Alonzi. He is the Division Administrator for the Federal Highway Texas Division, and he unfortunately was called away at the last minute. But I'm really happy to be here in his place because I am a bridge engineer by training, and 27 years of my career have been in the bridge field. So I feel I'm among friends here. How many of you, when traveling under a bridge, look up instead of ahead? Okay, I still do that. So. This meeting is a great opportunity for you, state, local, agency bridge practitioners, contractors, consultants, suppliers, academia, and federal government officials to exchange and promote advanced best practices, new technologies, and innovation in the area of highway bridge inspection, preservation, and maintenance. And as you all know, to preserve our nation's bridges, it requires a partnership of all those components of the bridge preservation community. And you all are focused on improving and promoting bridge preservation principles and concepts. Collectively, you work on ensuring that our bridges are safe and functioning as they were intended during their design. In Texas, we have approximately more than 53,000 bridges, and that represents about 46.4 square meters. And I say square meters because the NBI, National Bridge Inventory, still uses the metric system. The average age of our bridges here in Texas kind of mirror the national average. Give you some numbers. For the state-owned bridges, the average here in Texas is 44.7 years, and the national is 43.9, pretty close. For our locally owned bridges, they're somewhat bit younger. The national average is 41.4, whereas here in Texas it's 31.6 years. Very likely that most of these bridges were designed for a 50-year service life. So we're approaching that milestone for those bridges. So a good preservation practices are crucial to assuring that the design service life of these structures is reached and even extended. So we recently saw the passage of the FAST Act. President Obama signed that act in December of 2015, and it reauthorizes the federal highway and transportation programs and stabilizes the Highway Trust Fund for the next 5 years, $305 billion worth. It is the first law in over 10 years that offers long-term funding certainty to the federal surface transportation program. It's a big accomplishment given what we've been experiencing over the last 10 years. Now states and local governments can move forward with critical transportation projects like new highways and transit lines with the confidence that they'll have a federal partner over the long term, or at least the next 5 years. And for the structures area, the FAST Act provides more flexibility to improve the condition of our infrastructure. The flexibilities include making the National Highway Performance Program funding now available for bridge preservation on bridges that are non-NHS. also exempts some bridges from Section 4F, and authorizes the taking of nesting swallows in at-risk bridges. And I guess that was an issue. And so now we've got a little bit of flexibility there if the bridge is at risk. So this meeting is an opportunity to build and strengthen your relationships with one another. And it is also an opportunity for you all to check whether your goals and objectives are still good and on track. As you meet, I would ask that you consider these questions. How do we ensure and maintain the highest quality bridge inventory and inspection data? And how do we use this data to help us to determine what our preservation needs are? How do we capture or measure the impacts of our preservation activities? Can we reliably present data to decision makers that preservation does indeed extend the life of a structure? If there are any knowledge gaps in our data, what strategies and activities do we need to put in place to close these gaps? And how can we better educate and inform our political leadership and the public to gain their support in our efforts? So over the next few days, I encourage you to share your best practices and challenges with each other to help place focus on any needed improvements and to continue to promote the use of effective preservation principles, concepts, and applications. Your contribution towards ensuring that our bridges are safe and functioning as they were originally designed is valuable and much appreciated. So please enjoy your conference and enjoy San Antonio, and I thank you.